And Lynn.
And we're here.
Today we're going to talk about the book-to-movie adaptation of A Dog's Journey. Now, if you can recall, we did an episode earlier called
Dog's Purpose.
And they are by the author W. Bruce Cameron. We have one more dog book to review after this one, and it's called
A Dog's Way Home.
And it's also by Bruce Cameron. And then we will have finished the dog series.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started with A Dog's Journey.
But before we get started, we are drinking One Hope wine.
Oh, yes.
Right now, we are drinking the Cabernet Sauvignon, and it was founded in 2017 after one of the partners had a friend who was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and decided to take the proceeds from that bottle and give it to local charities to help cure different research, but for different research purposes for different ailments. And the one that we're drinking today goes to research for autism.
Wow. Right. And the bottle...
It's for therapy for autism.
Oh, therapy for autism. But the bottles are so cute because all of them have a series of dots on the front of them in their design. And then some dots are filled in and some are shaded. And if I get this right, the dots that are dark represent the amount of people out of the total amount of dots that suffer from whatever charity this is going to. So for instance, this one has a total of 12 dots on it. And of the 12 dots, 9 are darkened. So that means 9 out of 12 people suffer from autism?
Yes, and have some kind of spectrum or ability.
So it's really cool because for every bottle purchase, funding goes to help research in autism, and just awesome.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And considering your godson and mine both are autistic.
Yeah. I know, it's great. And then also the good thing about this wine, the One Hope wine, is that I understand that it was labeled as one of the best tasting wines under $20. So all that to say that it's definitely reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I encourage you guys to check it out. It's pretty tasty and it's going for a good cause. And thank you so much to One Hope Wines.
Yes.
All right.
One Hope, one wine.
Not what the bottle says, but sure.
One love. All right, so back to Dog's Journey. So the screenplay was also written by Bruce Cameron and several other people. So I like it when I see that the actual author is involved with the screenplay. It helps to keep the integrity of the story.
Usually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why the books in the movie are so good.
Usually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Champagne, what do you think of the adaptation?
You guys know that I'm not a fan of them straying away from the book so far.
Yeah.
And I think they did. Unfortunately, this is one, that's why I kept saying so far, or that this one, I don't think it's stuck to the book. So
yeah.
I'm a little disappointed with Bruce Cameron in this one.
Okay. So, because I know, like, your obsessions with the reincarnation of dogs, that I just thought you were not going to find any fault in it at all.
No, the movie, yes. The book, no. Okay. I did love the book. Yes, I'm a big fan of the reincarnation. I truly, this really starting to really believe that these dogs, my dog that I had is waiting for me to get another dog so he can come back to me. I truly believe this.
Oh.
Well, he may have to find his way home.
I know. It's been a while.
And it might be a long dog's journey to find that way home.
Because the dog has a purpose.
Yes.
Oh, way to weave all those titles in. I'm going to have to agree with you with the changing of the storyline because I don't know how Ethan was alive and in this book when Ethan
clearly died
in book 1.
Yes.
Clearly died. So how is he alive and with Hannah and they're older and he died in book 1, A Dog's Purpose.
He did.
Dennis Quaid, he died in the bed.
Yes.
So I don't know how he's alive here.
I think the point that you're missing.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Is that this book started midway into the last.
I would believe that if CJ existed in the end of that book.
Very good.
But she didn't.
She did.
The only time we saw the family is when they were all young and then he died. CJ was grown in this book, the second book. You know they messed that storyline up.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I don't necessarily think they messed the storyline up. They didn't. Who said they all connected?
Well, because they had the same characters, for one.
They're the same exact characters, Rhea.
Well, they referenced Bailey, too.
Yep.
has no catchy attitude.
I think they wasted a lot of time in this movie because they had so much of Ethan and Bailey and Hannah, and I get it because they try to make the storyline continue, which is where they messed up, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of told you about why she left.
Why? Who left?
CJ.
No, you mean Gloria, CJ's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that why she left, but the book, when you read the book, Ethan wasn't in the beginning of the book.
No.
Because he was dead. So why did they put him in the movie?
I just honestly feel like they were all made around the same time, and maybe there were certain parts edited out of the first movie that would have been able to demonstrate the continuum.
Really, what they could have edited out is the fact that CJ died. I mean, that Ethan died. They could have took out that whole section.
And just had Hannah.
And
because Hannah was alive still.
Yeah.
In both books.
It was just stupid. I'm sorry.
I think they made them the opposite. I feel like they made them too far apart and thinking maybe we forget that Ethan died and brought him back.
I think they did too.
Yeah.
Because you remember the dog was like hanging around Hannah and was always around. It was just Hannah and the dog.
Right.
Ethan was nowhere around.
Yeah.
But Ethan did die.
He died in the first book.
I know, but he died in the second book too.
True.
Just keeps dying.
At the end.
Yeah.
Of the entire movie.
And keeps dying.
He's going to be, a feature in the third one. Dog's Way Home, he's going to show up there.
No, he doesn't.
I know.
He's going to be in the third book because he gets to come back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they messed that up for me. Like, that just threw me off.
I
agree.
One simple thing.
It really wasn't simple.
Really wasn't.
I absolutely love these books.
I love them too.
I love the storyline.
I do too. I agree.
Well, anything with Josh Gad in it, I'm a fan.
Good point. I keep forgetting that he's in it, but yeah, I love him.
His characters and his voice, I can't get enough of him.
The dogs are so freaking cute.
They are.
They are.
I mean, I'm like...
They are.
One of my favorite parts in the movie was when Shane attacked CJ and the dog bit him on the leg and ran out. And he was like, I'm going to kill that dog. And the dog comes back and was like, "Arr!" Like, I don't like you either.
Yeah.
It was so... I was like, really?
I don't
Talk about.
Yeah.
I thought that was...
Yep. It was a 2-word response.
Well, I liked in the book, and then he became the little dog. But before he realized he was a little dog, he was saying, why is everybody so big?
Yeah.
And the hands are so big. And, wow, everything's just big all of a sudden. That was cracking me up. He was like, oh, no, it's me. I'm little. But I did like the movie. I mean, I thought it was I loved the storyline, and I did like the movie. It's just that I
took so much
just
out.
don't know why. I don't know why they did that. Why they brought Ethan back to life.
I do like that they took out CJ having bulimia.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to see it. I really did. Because that's like a painful thing for somebody to go through. And it was all because of her mother. It really would have showed how even more horrible her mother is. Because she's doing it.
That's actually what I was going to say. Because they would kind of show a different side of how her mother's narcissism was like just making her even more crazy.
Right. This little
But I'm glad they kind of took it out too.
Me too. Yeah.
It's supposed to be a more uplifting story, and that would have made it detrimental.
Right. I agree.
You know what I wanted to see in the movie? I wanted to see when the dog saved Gloria's friend's life by kneeling down. That was in the book, but it wasn't in the movie. But I would have loved to have seen that in the movie.
I thought that was a pretty crucial moment in the book.
Me too.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Especially of her recognizing that was the same dog, like, reincarnated, but also like that Gloria comes back and says thank you. So that was taken out. I was so upset by that.
Yeah, I don't know why they switched the person that happened to, because I just felt like it would have...
They didn't switch it. They just removed her. Because they still had...
they still had somebody... they still had him go up to somebody, and that's how she was able to...
Well, Trent. But that happened in the book too.
Yeah.
But just the friend, because remember, Gloria was yelling at CJ, get that dog away from me and all that.
She hated them. But then she kind of got mad even in the book, though. Like, why'd you have to ruin this? Wasn't that her who got mad? It was like, you ruined the party.
I didn't... It kind of threw me on that part because I didn't know why. All I knew is, I think her name was Shirley or something, ended up leaving after talking to CJ. She left crying. And I was like, okay, I didn't grasp it at that moment. In the book.
Oh, in the book,
I didn't grasp it at the moment until later on in the book when they kind of explained that crossing the legs meant. And I was like, oh, okay, now we got it. But
I would have loved to have seen that scene in the movie.
Because I also don't think that you got a full understanding of why Gloria then was able to embrace him.
But did she embrace him in the book after that?
Embrace him?
Yeah.
Trent?
Well, not like fully.
Not right then, but later on, no, the dog.
Oh,
it wasn't like, I love you thing, but it was kind of like, all right, you, not major point, but you're here for a reason, and I thank you for saving my friend. Versus her just being remorseful of the way that she treated CJ, and that's it.
But did she?
It was a dual dynamic to me in the book.
I didn't feel her being like remorseful or anything
in the movie.
In the book.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. In the movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In the movie, when they were sitting down to lunch, and she was like saying that type of thing, like that part, I felt like she was remorseful. But like in the book, it didn't really give you that, and more gave you the fact of thank you for saving my friend,
right?
And so I'm gonna tolerate you,
but I'm still selfish, and I'm still gonna tolerate you. And I also think that in the movie, it didn't come across how negligent she was with CJ.
Oh my gosh, no, it was like brushed upon that she was selfish, but not a narcissist who was not negligent, who was selfish, who was spending all of her money, who was leaving for weeks on end, leaving a 9-year-old by herself.
Because I think when, they kind of sped through that part. It came across a little bit when she got older.
They showed enough just so you know that she's selfish for the most part, but it didn't go into detail, which would have been better. Yeah. I agree.
She was so mean in the book.
She was mean.
And when the baby almost fell in the lake, they did show the neglect on the farm with the horse, but they didn't show the lake one when Bailey saved her from the baby, CJ, from the water.
They didn't show that one, but I wanted to see more of what went on when they were gone. They were home together.
Oh, just them two alone.
They should have showed more scenes of her just kind of being by herself.
Who?
CJ.
Oh,
because that's kind of what brought her and what's the name together.
That's true. Yeah,
he was always there. Trent.
Right.
How about the character of Trent?
He's so cute.
Which one?
I don't know. He's a toss-up between
younger Trent.
Oh, younger Trent.
Yeah, I like Trent.
I like younger and older. I like Trent.
Yeah. You want to switch to the casting now and talk a little bit about that?
We can. It doesn't matter.
Because I
go with the flow.
I don't know. I didn't.
Before we get to the cast, that's
okay. Okay, go ahead.
Go fill your little dotted points on your piece of paper.
Wait a minute, though. Y'all know I love dogs.
Go ahead, open it up so we can hear it. Flip through. Go ahead. We see it.
The dog. I felt some parts of this movie was unrealistic because you don't have a dog on the restaurant table crawling across. I just thought that was like.
Wait. Where?
But I'm just like,
you've been to uppity, snooty places where. Oh yeah, they do. They let the dogs walk across the table. Yeah, come on, man.
Walk across the table. Get a piece of your bacon and bring it over to me.
That have like place settings for their dog.
I can't.
And it's not place setting in a chair, it's place setting on the table.
Yeah, I don't play them games.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, that's realistic.
Oh, gross. I'm just like, go to the table! And they looking like, okay.
Yeah, it's realistic.
It's not bothering anybody but me, apparently.
I don't have a recollection of that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
She was apologizing to mom when they were sitting together. Remorseful. Mm-hmm. And she came to see her after all the years.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The dog walked across it. I'm like,
That's right. And
my final note is that I truly believe this is a dog purpose to be in our lives.
We're circle back?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah. Wait, is everything on your notes?
I am the dog lover. I do agree.
Who?
I am the dog lover, so I do agree.
See? Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm. You guys had strong opinions about Dennis Quaid. No, what did y'all have strong opinions about? Was it Dennis Quaid? Oh, I'm in the wrong movie. Sorry.
Okay.
Really? Guess I'm not the weakest link today.
Did I have strong? I said not on this.
No,
I was like, what am I having feelings about? What
it was another dog movie, and the voice was
It was Dennis Quaid. It was in
You didn't like Dennis Quaid? No, it was Tom.
Robin Hood, dude.
Wow. Right. Kevin Costner.
Y'all. And the racing in the ring.
Yeah, you guys didn't like the voice, but I just got a little confused.
No, that was terrible.
Okay, so.
But Josh Gad, we know, is a perfect dog for everything. I just love Josh Gad as a dog's voice. He's so theatrical and animated, and that whole aspect of, he's Olaf. Come on. So I love Josh Gad. He's better than like an older person or somebody like, Kevin Costner was in The Art of Racing in the Rain. But I do like Josh Gad.
Well, I do like the voice of Olaf.
Me too.
His
laugh. I actually
like
Josh Gad in pretty much anything.
Exactly. He's amazing.
He is.
He's really underrated. Really, I love Josh Gad.
He is gay. Sleep with him.
So, okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
How'd you like Trent? Because I never pictured Trent as Trent, but loved it when I saw him.
Yes. The older Trent, I mean, his real name is like Henry Luau, something. Either way.
Luau is in Hawaii.
Well, I was trying to make sure I pronounced it correct.
Adding extra syllables in there. Like 3 letters, champ.
So I like Trent. He was gorgeous.
So I love the entire cast. They did a very good job.
Yeah. So I really love Gloria's character, Betty Gilpin. I just love how she played this strong, like conceited narcissist that just did not care about anybody.
Yeah, I did too.
I love her character too.
Great.
She was a perfect narcissist.
She was. She really was.
I love Bailey. Every version.
I can't co-sign, so it's like me too, because it's gonna start.
What do you mean every version? It wasn't Bailey the dog. But his name wasn't Bailey every time.
But Bailey was his original name.
They reference Bailey like once or twice in the book and movie.
Bailey.
You know what I liked in the movie though? Do you remember when CJ really had a hard flashback when she was playing with her grandfather that should have been dead, Dennis Quaid? And he was talking about all the old dogs and she kind of just had a flashback and she was like, oh, you were that dog and you were that dog. I like that.
I did too. But I don't know I can't remember if she actually said it. He was saying it to her, like he's been watching over you the whole time. You just don't know. And I think once he was like, I'll show you. Mm-hmm. They took her outside and they did the trick, and she didn't even stop. She just all of it flashed back to her, and she ran after him.
Yes,
you know that was and. One problem I have is how did she know that he was out there? But anyway, because he was in the house when she left. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
anyway. A few editing.
Yeah, problems. Yeah.
But I love that flashback because I feel like reading the book, I didn't quite get the sense that the people in the book were tying the dogs to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't even getting the sense, even in the book 1 or the movie 1, that Dennis Quaid actually tied it. But yet, in this dog's journey in the movie, like, he was just this old man that was like, all these dogs are tied together. They're together.
Because he didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. I believe in the book, I felt as though everything was tied together. But I felt like they needed to really do it in this movie because I don't think anybody else would have caught on.
Right.
Oh, so you think they needed to highlight it more in A Dog's Journey?
Yeah, to make
because I didn't get the sense reading the books that the main character Ethan was actually tying it. Like he was just kind of in shock. How did you know how to do that? But wasn't really tying it together. But in A Dog's Journey, I mean, he was like the old man telling the wise tales, right?
Yeah.
You know it was this dog. You know it was this dog. But I didn't get that impression from the books.
He was like,
agreed. But I just love how he was so adamant. Everyone's like, okay, old man.
Yeah.
He was in the corner. And he was like, I know it's you. I know it's you. And then it ended up being right. But I kind of like how they took the twist on that.
I did too. So that was a liberty that I was
really? You like that?
Yeah. Champagne doesn't like
So give me your glass, because you're done.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah, that's why you don't have anything else.
I only had a little bit.
All right, so let's give this a rating. I'll start, and I am going to give it a long day of work. I love the books, and I like the movie. I know they made some modifications, but I enjoyed the modifications that they made.
I agree. I'm going to give it a long day of work, and everything you just said, I'm going to piggyback on, so that's what I give it. Long day
I would give it a full glass for me. I love the book, love the movie. I love the little changes that they made because I loved everything.
I will give it a long day, mainly because I love the book. I would have loved the movie separate if it wasn't tied to a book. If I had to watch just the movie, I would have loved it. But the adaptation, I didn't like the changes.
So what are you giving it? A half glass?
Long day.
She said long day when she started out.
Yeah, long day.
Because that sounds like a sip.
I know, but I did
That's what I was saying. She went downhill.
And I said I love the movie, but separately.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, so that's 4 long days of work. Can I add 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, I gave it a glass.
She gave it a full.
I'm sorry. I was so discrediting your voice.
Yeah, she was.
Just completely acted as if you had no contributions. All right, either way, it does get a full bottle. So if you enjoyed the first Dog's book, A Dog's Purpose by Bruce Cameron, you're definitely going to enjoy Dog's Journey. You will enjoy both movies. I encourage you to check it out. And once you do, let us know how you feel, what you think about the adaptation.
And we'll be doing Dog's Way Home.
Yes, that's the next Dog.
So stay tuned.
See how they all wrap up, tie together.
Follow us on Rewatch Wine.
Like, subscribe.
Instagram, Twitter.
And thank you to One Hope for a delicious delicious wine that also goes to a good cause. So thank you.
Yeah, grab a bottle, give it away, eat one for yourself.
And stay tuned for our surprise that we have coming up for the holidays.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.